And welcome in the Believe in Ole Miss podcast. Joined today, so excited to be joined by Kris Mangum, former tight end for Ole Miss, also played in the league for the Carolina Panthers. And Kris, let's start the tight end play at Ole Miss. You have to be excited about how well they're playing, and you have to smile when you see those passes going to those tight ends.
There's no doubt. They're playing really well right now. They got a really complete group. I think there's like three or four different guys playing. But obviously, right, it's really making some plays down the field. Odom is making some plays, so they can stretch the field. They're meshing well in the run game right now. So I know the coaching staff is very excited about that room.
One thing we've seen, obviously, we knew Daquan Wright would be really good for Ole Miss. Luke Haas, Kris, has come in, and you are a terrific blocker at Ole Miss as well. What has kind of surprised you about whether it be Trace Bruckler, Caleb Odom, but mainly Bruckler and Haas about how well they block?
It's key to the run game. I think I've always thought from Ole Miss's standpoint, when they have a blocking tight end, it opens up the run game and the play action pass. I mean, I think we've done a really good job over the years. When I think Coach Kiffin and his staff, when we're able to run the football, we have some tempo that comes off play action, first downs, kind of moving the sticks quick and get kind of not just our normal pace of our offense. And I think the tight end's a key part of that. I mean, I think it presents mismatches in the passing game if you're able to run the ball. Because you can't put a DB there, for a tight end to block. And you can't really guard them with the linebacker. So I just think it creates mismatches for them, and I think they've utilized, I guess they've taken advantage of those situations this year.
Yeah, I mean, you make a good point. I want to kind of expound on that. Whether it be Charlie Weiss, Lane Kiffin, whoever is kind of calling the plays for any specific type of formation. What makes Ole Miss so good about utilizing the tight end, whether it be in the slot, whether it be in the traditional set that you played, that we saw a lot of Caden Prescorn, although Caden did line up in the slot some at the back half of his career. But what makes Ole Miss so good about utilizing that tight end, and how have we seen the traditional tight end shift since you played?
No doubt that position has definitely changed over the years. Number one, you got to have good players, and I think they got a lot of really good players in the tight end room, which allows the coaches to, I guess, game plan to maximize their abilities. And I just think with the fast paced offense, the receivers that we have outside that creates mismatches, we're able to work the middle of the field with play action. And obviously, having a running quarterback, as always, historically open up the tight end just for bootlegs, play actions. And so they're definitely utilizing that position at a maximum right now.
You and your family come back to Oxford a lot. You come to a lot of the home games. What has changed at Ole Miss? What has Lane Kiffin interjected into the program that you've seen over the last couple of years, and what have you kind of taken away from him as kind of putting Ole Miss on a the national scene, if you will?
There's no doubt. I think that right there is what you said, and we're relevant again. There's several years to where uh, we just kind of struggled, and he brought a different expectation to our program. He's now we're not happy with 8 wins, and we're expecting more, and he's expecting more from the fans and from the players, right? And so I just think it's the job he's done and his staff have done at Ole Miss is really remarkable. I mean, I think we all need to sit back and really enjoy the run we're on, because obviously some programs never have an opportunity to go through a run like this, and I just think we need to soak up every moment we can. I know it's a 11:45 game Saturday for Vaughn Hemingway. Stadium needs to be packed. We're a top five team, and like I said, it's a really cool moment to be a part of Ole Miss sports. Not only with football, you got baseball, basketball, just across the board. I think Keith Carter's done an unbelievable job, just with our sports program in general. So it's an exciting time.
Yeah, you mentioned Vaught Hemingway Stadium, Kris. I think I saw you both at the Georgia and the LSU game. What was it like as a fan, with your family around, last year with a big win over LSU, and then, of course, I'm sorry, against Georgia, this year, the big win against LSU. What was it like watching those games from the stands, kind of as a
Yeah,
dad?
yeah, pretty cool moments. It is. Just like I said, just soaking it up, enjoying it. Like I say, we're on a good run right now. Team's playing well. We position ourselves well for the rest of the season. I mean, it's a lot of football left. I mean, I know we got a lot of hard games left, but every SEC team has a lot of hard games left. So, just really excited to see this team progress and continue to take one game at a time. I think they have that good mindset. And as a fan, how can you not enjoy that atmosphere? You know, like last year at Georgia, this year at LSU. So you never know when those moments come. So just need to be there every week.
Last year Ole Miss had an incredible roster. You saw and we all heard about the numbers being thrown around, but obviously they stubbed their toe against Kentucky, LSU, and Florida. What do you think the team has learned from last year, and not necessarily the team, but maybe the coaching staff as well? Because those one-score games that Ole Miss lost last year, they're winning this year. What are some things that have jumped out to you from last year to this year?
Well, I think we all were disappointed after Kentucky last year. I mean, and then there was some LSU. We had them on the ropes in Baton Rouge and just kind of let that one slip away. So, I think what we've learned is every game's important. I mean, in the playoff era, I mean, it's not just one or two teams that have the opportunity to play for a national championship. There's 12 to 15 teams, obviously that have feel like they have a chance toward the end of the year to really be in the playoff mix. And so every game's important. I mean, and I think obviously our coaching staff knows that. I think the players, I think they have a really good mindset of 1 week at a time. I mean, I think that's a good, I mean, again, every game's going to be hard. I mean, we have what, 5 SEC games. We have, this weekend's a homecoming game, really big weekend for us. So just excited to see them play just one game, 1 week, every week, and and then, hey, are we going to have some losses? Maybe. I mean, that's why you play them every week. And if you do, just come back the next week and get ready to play.
Like you said, Washington State coming up on Saturday. Have to have things in order to get past that one. If you do, you're looking at Georgia and Oklahoma on the road. What are some keys that Ole Miss has to do to not only be competitive but maybe win those games or stay in the game? What does Ole Miss have to do to win both of those games?
Well, I think always in those type of games, you got to win the battle up front. You got to be able to run the ball. You got to be able to protect your quarterback and, obviously stop the run. And so, and I think we've built our team over the years where with our offensive line and defensive line play, I feel like we have a lot more depth there this year than we've had in recent years. I mean, if you started comparing this team versus last year, you can say just across the board, the amount of our depth at every position, offensively and defensively. It seems like we have more people that can come in and still make plays and play at the same high level. So really excited to see us go into an atmosphere like those two places. Again, and just go play our best football and see where we stack up and see how it ends.
You follow the SEC as close as we all do. What have you seen this year? Who's jumped out to you? Who's been a surprise to you, either positive or negatively? And what have you enjoyed, or what are some games that have jumped out to you this year?
I guess with the SEC, uh, it's it's really there is a lot of parity. I mean, I know that. I mean, obviously there's really good teams, right? There's a top tier and a bottom tier, or 3 tiers, however you want to say that. But just every game's hard. Like any SEC school can walk into any week against another SEC school and lose. I mean, that's just. I mean, from top to bottom. I mean, even going into a place like Kentucky at the beginning of the year it's a tough place to go win a football game. And now throughout the year, different things happen, and programs they either start rising to the occasion or start playing not as good football. But again, just to see the parity. I mean, you see what Vandy's doing. I mean, Mississippi State's must improve this year. They're a tough out right now. I mean, so just across the board, you look if you, in any SEC, if you can get a win, you've had a good week.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Jeff Lebby has definitely turned Mississippi State around for sure. And you look at the parity, and Ole Miss is going to get a Florida team that beat Texas, who we thought Florida was dead with Billy Napier. They've got a Carolina team that's got their next 5 games in October are insane. So, and then the end of the year against the Egg Bowl, so who knows? And then you've got the two monster road games, Georgia and Oklahoma. I'd be interested to ask you this, Kris. What are your thoughts on how well Ole Miss has evaluated talent over the years, specifically at quarterback? We've seen Lane Kiffin, Charlie Wise, with Austin Simmons going down, as you saw, and being able to come in with the Trinidad Chambliss. And we heard from Lane earlier this week in the press conference talking about how cool it was to see the Oxford community, Ole Miss embracing Trinidad Chambliss. What have you seen from Chambliss at quarterback, and what has helped him be so successful in your opinion?
And collective in the pocket. I mean, like nothing seems to rattle him. I mean, he's come in early in the year. We came in, had some running plays, and you could just tell there was a different speed to his game a little bit to help our running game. I think it speaks volume of our coaching staff just to go out and find a kid in Division II that I'm sure had. I mean, I know he had a lot of offers, but they made it a priority to go bring him in to the program, and then. You have to have two quarterbacks in this league. You just have to. And we have two really good quarterbacks. And I mean, I know they're going to ride the hot hand. And like I said, Chambliss has been awesome. He's been really fun to watch. He's brought a spark to the whole team, I think. And so I'm excited to watch him play this weekend. And like you said, I'm excited to watch him just progress throughout the year.
Let's go back and kind of go down memory lane just for a minute. The 1995 first team All SEC tight end at Ole Miss. You were a huge component of that team as you transferred over from Alabama. What are some memories you've got from playing for Ole Miss, and what are some games that stand out to you?
Yeah, I mean, when we had such a good time at Ole Miss, just the teammates that I had and we still stay in constant contact with, and I tailgate with several of them for home games still to this day. I mean, just Oxford is very unique and a special place to me and to my family for sure. But we had, I think probably our biggest win for us, we were just coming off the probation kind of time. We were kind of I was there at the Billy Brewers last year, Joe Lee Dunn and Tuberville's first 2 years. So it was definitely a kind of a a different time. It's totally different than it is now. Let's say that. That's the best way to explain it. But we had a bunch of good guys that played really hard and enjoyed playing with each other. We went to Georgia, I think, or we got a win in Georgia between the hedges. They were a top 20 team. We beat them at home once. So those type of things are the ones that reach out. That you remember going into the obviously Starkville and winning at the in Starkville for the Egg Bowl. So we didn't have an opportunity to go to any bowl games at the time, but like I said, just an awesome group of guys to play with that we still stay in contact with, and those. And again, Oxford, Mississippi, Ole Miss, it's just a great place to be.
You finished up at Ole Miss and then went and played for the Carolina Panthers from 1997 to 2006. Kid from McGee, Mississippi, had to be really cool to play in the National Football League.
It was. I mean, honestly, it was just a dream come true. It was a chance to follow, in the footsteps. My dad played. I had a short stint. My brother played 9 years with the Bears. So just to kind of carry that family tradition, I guess a little bit was meant the world to me. Had a great 10 years in Charlotte with the Panthers and wouldn't trade it for anything. Just some great memories that came from it and some just an awesome opportunity.
Had a couple of games in the playoffs. Had to be fun. And also, a lot of Ole Miss fans may not know, you played with Wesley Walls, a Pontotoc, Mississippi native and a favorite son of Ole Miss, a tight end that is synonymous for success at Ole Miss. What was it like playing with Wesley, and what was it like to be able to have two tight ends from Ole Miss on the same team in the NFL?
Yeah, Wesley was great. I mean, he was an unbelievable player, just an all-pro when I got to Carolina. Just kind of took me under his wing. Still friends to this day. Talked to him. Actually saw him at the LSU game. Just a unbelievable guy. He helped my career tremendously. Just to watch him practice every day at a high level, kind of showed me the ropes of how to be a pro. So I mean, like I said, just a really good friend. Still in contact with him a good bit. So it was a unique opportunity for both of us to be in Carolina at the same time, and like I said, it was great for me for sure.
What are some things you reflect upon when your kids ask you about playing in the National Football League? What are some things you tell them? What are some positive things you remember?
Man, we I had the opportunity to be a part of some really good teams and really bad teams. I mean, I was a part of a team that went 1-15, and then 2 years later, we were beat on the last second field goal in the Super Bowl by Tom Brady and the Patriots. So saw the downs and definitely saw the the ups and downs of that league. It's a business, right? And it's tough. I mean, you spend your life being prepared to go out there on Sunday and play a game at a high level. I mean, so it was a unbelievable, unbelievable opportunity for me. Like I said, to this day I look back and cherish every moment of it. I have no regrets. After 10 years, I gave the game all I had, and it rewarded me for sure. And so I love the game of football. Like I said, I still watch. My wife probably doesn't like how much football I watch during the week, but it's definitely a game near and dear to my heart.
Last basketball season, I was covering the Ole Miss Mississippi State game, and I actually was able to meet Jake Mangum for the first time. Could not have been a nicer young man. Sent you the picture of us at Humphrey Coliseum. Just an incredible story about growing up, playing at Mississippi State. Now he's playing in the league. Your whole family, it's got to be pretty interesting on Thanksgiving or Christmas if you're all able to get together. So much talent, starting with your dad and kind of trickling down. How's it like kind of growing up in that family and having so much success in the athletic fields?
Yeah, like I said, Jake is an unbelievable kid. So proud of him. He had a great year this year with the Tampa Bay Rays. Hit around 300 for the whole year for a rookie season. So that's one thing that he can do. He can hit a baseball, and so I know uh, different colleges, right? Mississippi State and Ole
Yeah.
Miss. And I know there's a big rival, but he is just an unbelievable kid. So proud of him. And the whole family and everyone is. You couldn't meet a nicer kid, really. And so just to see the success that he's had is well deserved because he works his tail off to for every moment. So we're excited. Our family is we've been very blessed, right, with athletic genes, and so it's been a fun ride, and like I said, we've enjoyed every second of it.
When you're in the stands, I guess maybe when you were younger, maybe fresher out of college and maybe out of the NFL, how rewarding is it to have your family with you watching the team? I know where you sit, it's very close to where the team
Mhm.
runs out. What's kind of some thoughts going through your head as you and I both get older, watching athletics, and me as a dad too, and being able to experience life's moments with my kids, maybe quite different than you, of course. But how cool is it to be able to have your family with you? And what are some of those emotions that you feel when you see the team?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just your. I mean, it's your college, it's your team. I mean, I think we're just. I mean, there's something about Ole Miss or any college that you follow. I mean, there's just a pride in when you walk on campus. I mean, when we drive into Oxford, just for a game weekend, there's something that feels different about Oxford, and we enjoy going. We enjoy obviously the success we've had has made it just a unique time to be there and to witness it. So just enjoying it, man. Like it's just to see the Grove and to see the amount of people, and it looks a lot different than when I was in school there. I mean, like the campus looks a little different, obviously. There's more people at the games now, but got just a sense of pride that hey, this is where I played, and I'm a part of this, history, and to watch what they're doing now just brings a lot of pride to us for sure.
He's Kris Mangum, 1997 NFL Draft. To the Carolina Panthers, played right at 9 years in the league out of McGee, Mississippi, but we all remember him as a tight end for Ole Miss, the 1995 first team All SEC. Kind enough to give us a few minutes today, Kris. Thanks very much. We really appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you down the road.
Thanks, Brad.